A series of unfortunate boyfriends. 1. Guy I'm dating kept ex's used tampons. I was at this guy's apartment after we had seen a movie and he went out to the store to get us some condoms, as he realized he didn't have any. I know it's bad to snoop, but I felt like I wanted to get to know him better. We have only been seeing each other 3.5 weeks. Long story short, I opened the bedside table drawer next to his bed, which had a clear jar with 4 used tampons. Obviously at this point I froze, trying to find a logical explanation as to why they could be there. He gets back and I confront him about it. He went off at me about snooping, but eventually said that they were his ex's tampons, and that he's got a thing for periods. The worst part is she doesn't even know. He used to fish them out the bin to keep so that he could look at them later. Obviously I'm not seeing him again, but do I tell his ex what I found? I know who she is and I feel like I have some sort of responsibility to tell her. 2. I slept with a guy nearly 48 hours ago, and he won't leave my place. I am recently out of a long-term relationship, and it's been a long time since I have dated, so I have been meeting guys from Tinder for hookups and dates. I went on a date with this guy on Friday night, and it was okay. He seemed nice and we ended up going back to mine and hooking up. Anyway, fast forward to, well, now, and the dude is still here. I'm used to a guy staying for a while the next day, having coffee or whatever, but he slept over Saturday night too, and now I'm worried he is going to end up staying tonight too. He's been here way too long now and I have no idea how to get rid of him. He used my toilet, and I had forgotten to put more paper in there. He called me to the toilet to give him some paper because he pooped in my toilet. He pooped in my toilet. That's how long he's been here. He's had a poop. I don't know, I just think one-nighters have overstayed their welcomes when they poop at your place. I have politely said on Saturday I have a lot to be getting on with today, and I have some errands to run, but he didn't get himself ready to go or anything, and I really don't want to leave him in my place unattended. I even got dressed, put my coat on and told him I was going out and he just asked if I could grab him a coffee on my way back. I did say today that he should probably leave soon as I need to get myself sorted for work Monday, and he just said yeah, no problem. But that was 3 hours ago and he is still chilling in my bed watching TV. I'm really worried now because I need to go to work tomorrow and I'm scared that he won't ever leave. I told him that I need to work Monday and he just changes the subject and asks about my work. How do I get him to leave? I've been in situations before where guys have turned in a bad way when I have refused advances, not given them my number, etc. Only this is worse because he is in my apartment and I am worried that he might turn nasty when we are alone. Props worth noting that I suspected nothing at dinner on Friday night. He didn't seem like a weirdo or anything. Guess I didn't realize I'd be gaining a live-in boyfriend after one date and some drunk mediocre intimacy. I decided to message a couple of friends who came over right away. The guy introduced himself really casually and started talking about his life and asking about theirs. I could tell they were uncomfortable and the more assertive of the two said that we were going out. Does he want to share our cab? He said that he had some calls to make and that he would catch us up. My friend said no, really, this is not your place and you need to go. Honestly, the dude stared blankly at me and was like, did you get them over here to say that? Why are you embarrassing me like this? He called me a biatch and said I had made him look like a weirdo. He got his poop together swearing and walked out the door. I'm so happy he is gone and grateful to everyone that commented with advice. Bit concerned that he knows my address, but my friends are staying tonight to be sure. If he comes back and swears like that again, then I think he'll call the police. 3. Just moved in with my boyfriend. I think I have been duped into joining a cult. I have been dating this guy for about 4 weeks. I know it's a bit too soon to be moving in, but we have really fallen head over heels for one another, and he seems so keen on us moving in together to see where things go. I need some advice on moving out so I can get to know his living situation better before we move forward with our relationship. I did think his living situation was a little odd. He told me he lives in one of these new communal living spaces where residents do things together like cooking, cleaning, etc. Seemed okay to me. I was open to trying something new. For the first few days, people seemed nice, but now I have started to come out of our room a bit more. I am worried that I have accidentally joined a cult. There is a main hall where the residents gather in and discuss events of the day. There is one guy that always leads this session, and people seem to fucking love him, like worship him. To make matters more suspect, I am convinced that he is sleeping with at least 4 of the women there, and 2 of them have kids with him. I am all open for people to live how they want, but I don't want my boyfriend to think I am down with him doing the same. The guy that leads the daily sessions has been trying to set up a meeting with me to get to know his newest resident better, and I'm genuinely worried that he is trying to wife me too. He's pretty old, stinks, and has that weird white mouth cheese stuff that some old people get around their lips, so I have no idea why these women love him. Before I moved in, I paid a deposit, standard, and filled out a questionnaire about myself. It asked all kinds of things like where I work, my boss's email and my family's details. I wish I hadn't done this, because I spoke to my boyfriend yesterday and said that I might go and stay with a friend for a while because this is all a bit much for me all at once. Later on this afternoon, a couple of women came over to me in the dining hall, mentioning my family by name. They said they nearly called them to check my whereabouts yesterday because I had been out so long. I was at work. I don't know what business they have with my family, but this poop is creeping me out. I feel like this was some kind of threat, and that my boyfriend might have told them about me wanting to leave. Maybe I am just being paranoid. I also think they are filming everything. One of the women asked me if I had ever been in any accidents, and mentioned that she also had a large scar. The only large scar that I have is on my stomach, unless my boyfriend told them. How would they know? I have only got my stomach out in the shower and in our bedroom. I hope they haven't been filming because we have had intimacy in both of these places. Overall, I need some advice on how to keep my boyfriend but also move out. I don't know if I am overreacting, but I have a bad vibe about this place. They have already put me on the work rota 3 days a week, going out and handing out flyers about various charities, as well as supervising the communal childcare room that they have in the complex. I have a full-time job, and I can't fulfill these duties, which is already causing friction.